Okay, now, dear reader, did you all get the heading? Chapter 5, admission of a new partner. Now, what is admission of a new partner? Understand, this is also a type of reconstruction of partnership firm. Raise your hand. Last chapter we studied what is the meaning of reconstruction of partnership firm. Ravlani?
Changes in the partnership form.
Changes in the partnership firm. And then we said that changes may take place due to three reasons. One is changes in profit and loss ratio. Means the number of partners remains same but the ratio changes. Second, admission of a new partner. Third, retirement or death of a partner. So admission of a new partner is also a kind of reconstruction of partnership firm. Is everyone clear with this? Now, what we are going to understand in this chapter is in detail which issues and difficulties arise in accounting when a new partner is admitted in the firm. Okay? We are not talking about practical difficulties but accounting difficulties. So which are the various issues that would arise? Understand it first. Very first, the ratio of all the partners will have to be calculated, as well as sacrifice ratio. Means, let us say that Shrishti, Bhasha and Dimple are partners. They have admitted Hirva. First of all, earlier the profit was distributed between three partners. Now it will get distributed between four partners. So very first issue in accounting is what is the ratio now of all the four partners? That we need to understand in this chapter. How to find that new ratio, including the new partner. Okay? And generally, Shrishti, Bhasha and Dimple. New partner Hirva comes. Hirva will gain. She'll get the benefit in the new firm. But earlier the profit was distributed between? Now between? So will these three people generally sacrifice or not? Yes. So therefore, we will have to find their sacrifice ratio also. Means how much Shrishti, Bhasha and Dimple are giving to Hirva from their pocket. Otherwise, earlier the profits would be distributed between three partners. Any confusion in this? So very first issue that will arise at the time of admission is finding what is the new ratio, including the new partner. And generally, who will sacrifice? Old partners. New partner is always going to gain only. So what is that old partner sacrifice ratio? That is also an important thing which we have to find. Okay, there is one topic. Second topic, what will be? Second issue, what will arise is goodwill's accounting. Valuation we already studied in chapter 3. Here, accounting. Meaning to say, Shrishti, Bhasha and Dimple are already carrying on the business for the last so many years. Will they ask some extra money from Hirva for the reputation or not? Yes. Straight away, Hirva cannot come and enjoy the benefits which they have been pulling out for so many past years. So they will say that this is an established firm. You want to join our firm, but whatever efforts we have made in past, we should get some compensation for the same. So how to do the accounting for that goodwill we are going to study in this chapter when a new partner is admitted. Valuation, how will they charge the amount of goodwill? That will depend on same methods as we did in chapter 3. Simple average method, weighted average method. What else? Super profits. So valuation of goodwill they do in the same manner. But after asking the money from Hirva for the same, that you have to pay us so much for our past efforts, reputation. How to do its accounting, we are going to understand it over here. Okay. Then third issue that will arise is again done in chapter 4. Distribution of reserves, accumulated profits and losses. Means we we already studied in last chapter. How do you distribute these reserves? In which ratio? So, if a new partner Hirva is coming and they have made any sacrifice from the profits in past and transferred to reserves, before new partner comes, they'll eat back everything. They'll take back everything. Because that was their sacrifice. Why will they give the benefit of that to the new partner? So if they are transferred to general reserve in the past years, 1 lakh rupees, before Hirva comes, 1 lakh rupees, they'll eat it back. They'll take it back. Simultaneously, Hirva may also have reservations if there is any fictitious asset or loss. Because she did not participate in past. So why should she bear that loss of mistake of the old partners? She should not be penalized for the same. So on the asset side, if we have any accumulated loss or if we have any fictitious asset like advertisement campaign and research and development, who has to bear that loss? Only old partners. So there is one more issue related to admission. However, the entries will remain same as we did in the last chapter. And some of you have written it also 20-25 times. So, next, revaluation of assets and liabilities. Who is talking? This also is studied in the last chapter. That will also remain. Means what happens is before the new partner comes, they'll present a fresh balance sheet. It's a normal thing. If any guest comes at your home, first you'll make yourself fresh. You should look fresh when the guest comes at home. So if suppose Divya ji, someone is coming to see Divya ji. Okay, so for marriage. So he gets the intimation that next 20 minutes someone is coming to see him. Very first thing what he will do is go to the bathroom, get fresh. Okay, so that he is approved. Right? So same way when a new partner comes in the business, your balance sheet should look fresh. If they have purchased any building 4 years ago for 60 lakhs, today its value is 1 crore. Now when the new partner comes, you will say the building is of 1 crore only, not of 60 lakhs. So all the assets and liabilities are revalued before the new partner joins in the firm. Is everyone clear with that? And that accounting is done in the same manner as we studied in the last chapter. Last topic and issue which arises at the time of admission is changes in capital. Now, Panchek, you also want to see someone? Now suppose they are sharing the profits and their capitals are already 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs and 1 lakh. Now Hirva brings 5 lakhs. So she may have a reservation that you are working for so many years and invested only 3, 2 and 1 lakh and I am bringing 5 lakhs. You also revise your capitals. So your old partners may change their capitals. They may change it to maybe if her share is 5 lakhs, depending on the profit ratio, they may also keep 5 lakhs, 4 lakhs and 3 lakhs or something like that. The other thing is, she brings 50,000 and their capitals are 3 lakh, 2 lakh and 1 lakh. So they will have reservations. Then why should we keep 3 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh? You are hardly bringing anything in the business. So they withdraw everything. They will also make their capitals in proportionate to that 50,000. So two things are possible. Either they tell Hirva you bring so much amount, which matches with their amount. 3 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 lakh. So if the ratio is 3 to 1, 1, you also bring 1 lakh. So equal for everyone in the ratio. So either they ask Hirva to bring the capital on the basis of their capital, or else if Hirva brings any amount, they change their capital matching with Hirva's capital. So these two topics we will study in changes in capital. Two topics will be there. One is old partners change their capital. Second is new partner, they give the instruction you have to bring so and so amount, which will match with their capital. So So these 5 issues arise whenever there is an admission of a new partner. Did everyone of you understand this? Anyone having any doubt on this? 8 pages will be required for summary. 8 sides. Okay? In the first topic itself, there are 7 situations. New ratio and sacrifice ratio itself, there are 7 different varieties of examples. Okay? But only 3 are going to be there in long questions. And this chapter has a weightage of 9 marks in exams. Out of which 8 marks will be one long question and 1 mark will come in MCQ or one-line answers. So 7 situations of new ratio, 3 are only covered in long questions. We'll see that 3 situations only in the beginning, so that you don't get confused in the other ones. After the chapter is over, we'll see the remaining 4 and their objective questions. They can come in MCQ only. Okay, so initially we'll see only 3 situations which will be relevant for the long questions. Got it, everyone? So make this, write these topics, and first one we'll see, that is new ratio. Completing it, give the heading of first topic, new ratio and sacrifice ratio. In that first situation, as I said, 7 situations are there in that. So first one, when old ratio is given and new partner's share is given and no other information is given. So there is a first situation out of 7, only 3 situations are such which can come in long questions. In exercise question, only 3 are covered in the long questions. So only those 3 situations we'll see in detail initially. Rest of the 4 will do it at the end of the chapter as objective questions. Who all are still writing this? Raise your hand. Now, these steps will completely understand. So after giving the heading, put your pens down and completely understand the things with an example. You'll write it later on only after that. How to solve such a situation? Step 1. No one should be writing, be attentive. Very first we'll find the remaining share, which will be equal to 1 minus new partner's share. Silence. What is this exactly? Understand it with the logic, then only you note it down. Page 204. Exercise 3, question 1.
204.
Exercise 3, question 1. You don't have to solve it, just be attentive. To understand this situation, just be attentive. You don't have to write anything. Okay, just be attentive. A and B are the partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 3:2. A and B are partners sharing profit and loss in the ratio of 3:2. 3 by 5, 2 by 5. Okay, 3 plus 2 is 5, so 3 by 5, 2 by 5. This is the old ratio. They admitted C as a new partner. C is admitted. Admitted where? Partnership. They admitted C as a new partner for 1/4 share in profit. Now, be attentive. What is this first step? Understand. Suppose the profit of the firm is 1 lakh. Okay. C is going to get how much? So out of 1 lakh, how much you give to C? 25,000. Use the calculators if there is any confusion. 1 lakhs 1/4. How much you give to C? 25,000. Aryan and Meet, I know you are genius people, but do a favor by understanding also the things, so you can prepare on your own. 1 lakhs 1/4. How much they'll give to C? 25,000. Now what will remain for A and B? 75,000 only. In short, can I say 3/4 will only remain for A and B? 75,000 means 1 lakhs 3/4 because 1/4 you give to C. So that is the first step you do. Out of 1, not 1 lakh, out of 1, because the total of ratio is always 1. Like if you do the total of ratio 3 plus 2, 5 upon 5, 1. the total of ratio of all the partners is always 1. The total share of the whole partnership firm is always 1. So, very first we say that remaining share means for A and B, out of 1 rupee you will give 1/4 to C. Now LCM is 4. 4 into 1, 4 minus 1. 3 by 4 will remain for A and B. This is the first thing we have to do. Any confusion in this? Raise your hand who did not understand why we have done this. Simple logic, out of 1 lakh, 1/4, 25,000 you will give to C. So first we need to find what will remain for A and B. That is 1 lakh 3/4, 75,000. How do we get this 3/4? Out of 1 rupee you will give 1/4 to C. So 4 into 1, 4 minus 1 by 4, 3/4 will remain for A and B. Now this 75,000 which remains for A and B, how will A and B distribute that? In the ratio of 3:2. Okay. So step 2, how would you find the new ratio? The remaining share, which is 75,000, that they will distribute in old ratio, which is 3:2. So here how would you find the new ratio? Remaining share into old ratio. What is remaining share? 3 by 4. Out of 3 by 4, 3 by 5, A will take. And out of 3 by 4, 2 by 5, B will take. Any confusion in this? Raise your hand. So this is the second step. How would you find the new ratio? Remaining share into old ratio. 3 by 4 into 3 by 5, A will take. 3/4 parts, 2/5 B will take. Any confusion? There's the logic behind it. 3 into 3, 9, 4 into 5, 20. 3 into 2, 6, 4 into 5, 20. Any confusion? Now, to express the ratio between all the partners, denominator should be same. To express ratio between all the partners, denominator should be same. A's denominator we got 20. B's denominator we got 20. But C's denominator is 4. If I multiply it with 5 by 5, then does B's denominator also become 20 or not? Yes. And the ratio also does not change. Because 5 by 20, is it as good as 1 by 4 or not? Yes. 5 into 4, 20. Ratio also does not change and denominator becomes same. So how do you get this 5? It's very simple. What is the denominator we need?
20.
Divided by denominator there?
4.
20 divided by 4? 5. So multiply it with 5 by 5. But multiply numerator as well as denominator. Then only ratio will not change. So you will multiply numerator as well as denominator. So 5 gets cancelled. Ratio remains same. Did you understand how this we obtained this 5? Anyone who is not there with it? Okay, 20 divided by 4? 5. Multiply numerator and denominator both with 5. Ratio will also remain same. Denominator will also become same. Any confusion? So now we can say that new ratio is 9:6:5. Understood that? Actually, it's a logical procedure. You do it with common sense. That 1/4 is given to C. What will remain for A? 1 minus 1/4? 3/4. That 3/4 they will distribute in the ratio of 3:2, old ratio. So it's a logical procedure. But majority of you, 90% of you don't understand that logic. So steps. Otherwise these steps are not there in your textbooks. These steps are not there in any books. It's a logical procedure. But I'll give you steps for all the 7 situations. So logic is not to be applied on. If the situation comes, apply the steps. Are you all okay with this portion, everyone? So write down this. Total 8 sides for the summary. Leaving that much space, solve this question. Okay. After this, one more will do. I'll ask you to do it, and one you'll try on your own.